Just this elegantly leads us into our next question, which all three of you have briefly alluded and James kind of foreshadowed, which is it's interoperability at the end of the day. DOT rails, they promise to collapse time, distance, and cost. However, if you look at Enbridge or the experiments between Capgemini and Swift, or for example what the BIS is doing, the biggest challenge seems to be how to intermingle, intertwine, interconnect these CBDC arrangements cross-border. What do you view as the biggest impediment currently to realizing that kind of digital currency connectivity in the future?
Yeah, I think firstly, I think interoperability as a term is widely used, and there are several different definitions. So, one level of interoperability is just being able to interoperate with the existing payment schemes. Being able to go and buy a coffee with your CBDC, with your wallet. Another is a more technical, which is the interoperability between different protocols. Different countries will pick different protocols for their ledger systems. And then the third one, which I think is really where you're driving here, is cross-border interoperability. It does depend a little bit on what you really want to try and achieve. If you're trying to achieve, an atomic settlement cross-border on different protocols, and there's some deep engineering problems that need to be solved. If you're trying to really solve the more of a business solution in terms of actually being able to make the transaction very efficient. There's some techniques that could be used for cross-border, like automatic market making and so forth, or digital exchanges. Lots of different sort of technical aspects, but at the end of the day, there has to be a willingness or a desire from those jurisdictions to want to be able to do trade and business with each other. So there's definitely going to be a need for standardization. But I think we shouldn't wait for that. If you wait for standards, we still, I'll have a grey beard down to here by the time the standards are developed. So I think they evolve over time. Just a quick, comment on Ripple. So we use digital assets on our cross-border payment network as a neutral bridge currency. So we have a instant settlement without the need for pre-funding through the use of digital assets. So there are some solutions out there, but that's still relatively small scale when you think about the trillions of dollars that are flowing around the world every time. But yeah, I think we need to look at all those three elements of interoperability.